Hello, this is the Pinnacle dock system from liftsladdersandocks.com. The new system offering a full aluminum frame, which is anodized, and it has two different surface options. This wood look aluminum powder coated tread. So it is actually a two-tone powder coat. Looks just like real wood, or also available in a blue powder coated aluminum surface. Each section has two different tread panels that drop in and are secured with set bolts. It is a modular system, so one section hangs on to the previous, and because of the socket design, you can infinitely move, restructure. You can keep adding on to your platform infinitely, as every section just hangs on to the previous, rather than having a traditional support at 12 feet, 16 feet wide, 20 feet wide. So you can just keep adding on, you can keep restructuring it just by moving the sockets or the poles. It does have an adjustable leg option as well for a power drill adjustment. Here's the Pinnacle steps, aluminum frame steps with composite tread. So it stays nice and grippy even when it gets some lake slime on it. So as you see, we have our corner triangle here. We have an aqua thruster running at this location, mounted on the post. This is starting with our shore starter kit up there with some augered poles into the sand, and you can see a slight drop down to get closer to the water height and this pontoon height. So this customer is doing a pontoon mooring system. We never recommend to moor directly to the docks. Always do independent augered poles. This also has the optional seats and the table with the umbrella. You can see how those secure on there. It's got an augered pole to help stabilize a little bit. So again, this can keep adding on section by section and is available in two different surface options: the wood grain look or the light blue anodized aluminum, powder coated aluminum. So it's very nice. Sit down, nice and stable. It's got integrated braces that go into a track rail. Same with all the connections. Let's see if we can see one here. So these braces bolt right into the track rail on the bottom, clamp onto the pole after you make your adjustment. Your adjustment is just a simple two set bolts here that pinch the pole. And as you can see, these yellow zinc steel connectors, each section just drops in. So that connector bolts on the previous section. The next one drops into there and is secured with a set bolt. So very simple. If you're going to rearrange from a straight out configuration to a platform, you're just going to be moving those connectors underneath and changing your socket location accordingly. So in a location like this triangle was added after, but this pole would be trimmed down flush. You can leave certain ones high. You can cut others down flush if you want a little bit of a hybrid. That way you can have some bumpers on certain poles or on a fishing pole. Some people like them nice and high for a handle when getting on and off the boat. It's all personal preference, but this is about the normal height above the dock, anywhere from 16 to 20 inches. Visible poles, what a lot of people end up with, nice and uniform. So again, it's going to stay cooler than wood, no maintenance, but still has that nice wood look. That's one of the number one complaints about a lightweight aluminum anodized dock, is that shiny kind of glare that comes off it. Even though it's much better than a raw aluminum dock and it doesn't get hot, it does have that glare on a bright sunny day. Whereas this, you get to avoid that, but without all the hassles and the weight of wood. So again, we always do independent mooring poles for the boat. We've got our bumpers here, clamp on, and I'll show you how this triangle secures as well. So it also just has the steel hooks that bolt into the accessory track on the bottom of the frame, where the diagonal braces hook into. So this frame, again, is separate from the top surface panels. The surface drops in and is secured with a simple set bolt. So you can make it a little bit lighter if you needed, or you can just leave them on there forever. But that allows these to come in pieces. It's assembled either on site or prior, so it is a good option for long distance freight for some of the dealers out there to get into some harder to reach areas. And also allows a dealer to stock different surface options with one set of frames in the inventory. That way you have both ready to go. So again, nice stable. This has the optional diagonal braces added. It's got two of the triangles. A little bit better view. So this is what we'd call a 10 by 12 parallel platform. So it's roughly a 12 by 10 foot surface area. And again, it's infinitely expandable in either direction. You can keep going wider, you can keep going longer. And then if you're on a lake that floods up and down every year significantly, some of the lakes move upwards of 4 or 5 feet around our area within a season or two. So you have all that extra adjustment and options. If you need to go out deeper when the water level really plummets, you can just rob your platform if you need to and extend out further, as long as your poles are the right length to do so. And then if that water level is real high and you'd have a pile of unused dock in your yard, you can expand that platform, again, as long as the poles are the sufficient length, or you just swap those out. So very neat. You can keep changing it. If you add boat lifts, add jet skis, want to rearrange, you can do so at any time. Again, this is the Pinnacle dock system in the wood grain look surface. Also available in a blue powder coat, a light blue. Looks very similar to an anodized surface, a little bit less glare generally. Get a little of this in the sun so you can see that two-tone. Looks very real, but it is aluminum. It's lightweight, no maintenance. Just give it a scrub with the broom whenever it gets muddy. Stack it up off the ground so it can't get a pile of wet leaves on it all winter. Flip the top one upside down. Same as pretty much any aluminum dock. You don't generally want to tarp it, just leave it out and elevate it off the ground so wet leaves and other debris aren't going to pile against it. And you'll be set for many, many years of enjoyment. Again, that's the Pinnacle dock system from liftslidersandocks.com, Southwest Michigan. Thanks for watching.